May have got a little something. Quite a heavy box. Yes, this is my fedora. Hey everyone, tomorrow I'm going to see the new Indiana Jones film in the cinema, so today I thought, let's build some Indiana Jones Lego. And of course, you can only build Indiana Jones Lego if you wear a fedora. So let's go underneath the Wild West layout and look at my Lego backlog. Look, there you go, there they are, in fact. My Lego Indiana Jones set's just sitting right there. Move out of the way, Spider-Man. Oh, and it's perfect because the first one is Escape from the Lost Tomb, and that's perfect because I'm watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this set is pretty much about this exact scene. So here it is, Lego Indiana Jones Escape from the Lost Tomb, set number 77013, rated 8+, from the iconic scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And for minifigures you get Marion Ravenwood, Indiana Jones, Salah, and a mummy, which is a nice inclusion nonetheless. And I've just watched this exact scene right now, so it's perfect, fresh in my mind. And then on the back of the box this shows you some of the play features and different scenes as well. It's quite a heavy box, yeah. There is some weight to that. So inside the box we get a rather larger than expected instruction booklet, some large plates, 4 numbered bags, and a hefty sized sticker sheet too. But hey, the stickers have got some fun references with Bionicle, and of course the Star Wars with R2-D2 and C-3PO on there just like it is in the real movie. And here it is, the finished set with some spare parts. The stickers have been used up, but there we go, you got 3 minifigures, or 4 if you count the mummy as well. Then I set it up similar to how the instructions display it, and I just thought I'd put Salah on top just so it looks like he's looking down the hole. Obviously we've got the snakes. The statues are identical builds, so that if you're not a fan of repetitive things then it's fine. This one is that, it can spin slightly, but then this one, obviously just like in the film, Indy can climb up and knock it over, and then it'll knock the wall out in the back. Although there are some weird things about this set. Firstly, all the snakes are held together with these clips, but the clips are in light grey. Now I'm guessing this is because this clip doesn't exist in tan or even dark tan, because those two colours would have made more sense, and yeah, you can't notice it too much, but it's just annoying enough to think, yeah. Plus how the snakes are all floating in the air as well, that kind of doesn't look the best. But the figures themselves are really nice. We've got Salah, Marion and Indy. But then obviously with a weird thing with this one, this one can fall over and knock it down, but I don't really get these two parts, this one and this one, because, well, they both do the same thing. Like, you can flip that or you flip that. Obviously they're connected, they move together, but it's just kind of unnecessary. Just this would have been fine because this sticks a bit too much. Like, at least this one's a little bit more subtle, but yeah, I don't get why they both needed to be there, so that was a little bit strange. And then moving around to the back, obviously you've got the wall that can fall down. Then you've also got the mummy, which is hiding up there. And all you got to do is just pull this out, ta-da, out he comes. And then there's also a little snake dispenser up here with just the one snake. So all you do is just flip this very simple mechanism and it should just slide out like that. Here's what it looks like from the other side. Ta-da! These Technic beams on the back are pretty much here for just support, but they don't look all that great, and you know, the set would have been fine without them, but they just make these wall panels a bit sturdier so it all falls as one piece, rather than the whole thing kind of crumbling, which, you know, I guess maybe it would look better, maybe it wouldn't. But this whole set is essentially just, you know, a wall, really, with 2 statues. And I was kind of on the fence about this because I wanted the minifigures, but I looked up getting the minifigures individually from eBay or Bricklink, for example, and by the time I did that, I might as well have just bought the set as it was, and then used the parts, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So it looks nice, but I will not be keeping it as this. I've got an idea of how I'm going to incorporate this to my Wild West layout, which obviously makes no sense because this is a tomb in ancient, well, this is a tomb from Egypt, and obviously the Wild West is not in Egypt, but you know, the colours, right? Look at all these parts. I can use this, and I'm sure I can make an Indiana Jones reference in there somewhere, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's Raiders of the Lost Ark complete, and the next film, which I'm currently watching, is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, although unfortunately Lego did not bring out a set for Temple of Doom this time around. They almost did, and it seemed, you know, we got leaked set pictures, but it seemed like it was cancelled just before it was going to be released, so hopefully that'll come out at some point. No word on that yet, but I guess the next set I'll have to build is this one from The Last Crusade. Here's what the front of the box looks like. There we go, fighter plane chase, and when I first saw pictures of this set I knew I had to have it. The car, the plane, the minifigures. I do like this. You know, the wings can come off just like when they're going through the tunnel. even though there's no tunnel included. The suggestion is there. So I've got an instruction booklet, which is smaller than I expected this time. A sticker sheet, which, oh dear, I'm going to hate applying that big sticker for the plane's kind of canopy. That should have been printed on there, but we got 3 numbered bags, and it looks like the first one is the car. So I've nearly finished the plane, I've finished the car, and I've just got to the part of the film where the car and the plane are having their chase. I've finished building the fighter plane chase. There's the minifigures, the little stand with the Berlin sign, the fighter plane, and of course the car as well. And there are just the spare parts, including I've got a spare whip, a spare gun, and a spare diary. These are the official accessories included, and then these are the official bullets, I guess, for these stud shooters on the fighter plane. I've seen some people get spare hats for Indy in some of these sets. I haven't. I didn't get any in this set or Escape from the Tomb set I built earlier. But I have to say, I do quite like it, and if this set comes up on sale, I will probably get another one because, I mean, the card is just lovely. The minifigures are great, obviously, and I really like this plane. It's bigger than I thought it would be. I mean, it's not perfect. There are a few things that I don't like. For example, I don't know anything about planes, but just from my personal point of view, I think the propeller seems a little bit small, but it's fine. Obviously, you got the fire details and the detachable wings with the play feature, but I don't like how much the wings are angled up. Again, it might be accurate to the real life, aircraft, but me personally, I think it just should have been angled just a little bit less. And then there's this awkward gap at the end of the canopy here. I don't know how they could have filled that, maybe with a clear cheese wedge piece, but then I don't know how they'd fit it in there, but that should have just been filled better, I think. And then of course the sticker, as you can see, there's a big gap there. I thought, oh great, I'm doing it really well, because I started off with this side. It's not perfect, but it's pretty leveled, and there's a little bit of gap there, so I thought, okay, right, that'll even it out on the other side. But then I got to the other side, and look at that, it doesn't even go to the bottom, so it's like the sticker itself is too small, but that should have been a printed piece to begin with. There is no excuse, Lego, come on. The rest of the stickers are fine, although, yeah, I do think some of them just seemed a bit smaller than what they should have been, but the canopy one was definitely the worst one.
The next day.
Okay, so on my way to the cinema, I found out there was a Lego store nearby, and I thought, well, I mean, I can't not go in there, right? They had the new Hocus Pocus set out, and it looked pretty cool that there was out of stock, and then, of course, they had the Indiana Jones sets. But, I mean, I had to get something. And then we went into HMV where they didn't have any Lego, but they did have this really cool Wolverine Funko Pop. So it's the next morning now, and last night I went to see the new Indiana Jones film, finally. Although, yeah, I have some mixed opinions on it, but, I'll talk more about that in maybe I'll do a review in my podcast, Daily Weekly Podcast, so check that out. But I had an offer to go to this other cinema, actually. I saw this on TikTok and I was like, oh my god, I need this, I want it. And then I actually had an offer to go to this cinema, and, I was like, well, it's like Destiny, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I got an offer to see the film at this particular cinema to get this particular thing. It's a cup with a hat, and not just any old hat, look at it, it's the fedora from Indiana Jones. That was pretty cool, but that's not all, because this cinema, it wasn't, well, the whole day just kind of came together like Destiny, because I was going for like a nice little family day out to somewhere I haven't been before, just a town a few miles away. They had this, and they also had a Lego store. Now, I had no intentions of buying any Lego on yesterday, but when there's a Lego store, you can't help but go in there. So I went into that Lego store, and I may have got a little something. I went in there with my brother, and safe to say he is just not into Lego at all, which is good, because that means, I don't have to worry about him taking over the channel for any potential competition. But he was a bit bored whilst I was in there. I didn't buy any sets, although I did get a pick-a-brick cup because they had some good stuff on that wall, and a couple of the Builder minifigures because there's some parts of my Wild West layout that I wanted. So I thought, oh, well, I guess I can get those. So yeah, just a pick-a-brick cup, very well stacked. I made my brother help stack them in there, and he wasn't too pleased, but you got to get good parts. Masonry bricks in tan and light grey and some other stuff. And then just a couple of Builder minifigures, very randomly created, like, look at this person, sure. But these two torsos I thought could be great for my Wild West layout, maybe some sort of, Native American or something. And then they had, obviously, these sombrero hats, and this police hat, I think it's from a collectible minifigures series from years ago. So I was like, oh yes, I'll get that. So they're kind of just randomly put together. Usually I try and make them look good, but this is just a bunch of random parts. I thought, yeah, I want those, I'll take that. So I got that as well. So there we go. It's been quite the Indiana Jones filled days these past few days, and yeah, I got a cup with a hat on it. That's pretty much it, really. And of course I built the Lego Indiana Jones sets. Hopefully they make more sets for the new movie or for Crystal Skull, but I don't think we're going to be getting any sets for the rest of this year, so maybe next year, but otherwise it's not looking good. Hopefully we do, but anyway, I'm going to get to work on sorting something out and building something else. Oh, and I know you're all wondering, yes, this is my fedora for Indiana Jones. No, I didn't wear this out, don't worry. But you can take the hat off the cup. It does have a hole for the straw to go through, but ta-da! This has got me thinking. I wonder if I got that upscaled Lego minifigure that you can buy, if I put this hat on it, that could work. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now. So I've just emptied my latest pick-a-brick cup, and yeah, I need to sort this tray out. Good thing there's lots of nice parts though, so that's going to be fun.